Hello and welcome to the Father and Son Pastime podcast. I'm Patrick.
I'm Kevin. How are you?
That's my dad. Dad, we are doing another draft today. It's going to be probably one of our silliest drafts yet, and probably also one of the least amount of rules. I know you always get on me about the amount of rules I have.
So does the viewers.
Yeah.
They've commented.
Yes, absolutely. I think it narrows it down enough so it makes it harder, and you'll see.
You like rules.
This draft just is conducive to creativity. I'm wearing a White Sox shirt today, Dad. You're wearing a purple shirt. There's some merit in that because it's the colorful draft. We are drafting players whose either first name or last name has a color in it. I know that sounds silly, but we're able to actually make two decent teams, full lineups, with a pitcher, outfielders, all positions, with white, black, brown, purple, gray, etc. And it's just going to be kind of silly where we go, how kind of creative and inventive we get with some of the looseness of this. Play at home, if you will. You'll see some. We're going to really, you'll see some current players.
It's like
for
bingo.
Sure. It's like bingo, sure. B12.
Brown 12.
He might have been number 12.
I think you're wise.
You can double up on colors. You can triple up. You can make a whole team out of green people if you want to. My dad was already talking about, what about other languages being colors? Sure. Just have fun with it. And Dad, we're going to obviously pull cards as well.
Yeah.
Another reason, as we do this, Dad, another reason why I'm wearing a White Sox shirt is because it's Griffey on the back, and we are recording on his birthday. So happy 52nd to the kid. My dad draws an ace. Why does he always draw an ace? I draw a 3, so that's fantastic.
Close.
Get out of here with your... All right. So, Dad, obviously you can have the first pick, and I'll go after you. There's a little bit of depth at some positions. Some, like outfield and pitcher, in my opinion, have like a third or fourth team out of it. But, Dad, where would you like to go first?
I'm going left field.
Okay.
I'm going with a great Detroit Tiger, one of the greats of all time, Hank Greenberg.
Oh, okay. I had Hank on my list. Obviously, he's...
Can I have a pen?
Sure. I think he's one of the only Hall of Famers, or one of the few. There's a few other Hall of Famers
Correct.
that
Very
are on this
good.
list. I had him as an option for first base or DH if we decide to go to DH. I even have a manager on my list, by the way.
I have a DH.
Well, I have a DH and a manager. We're going to have fun with it. My dad would also like the viewers to know that he has shaved and got a haircut for this. He was telling me that earlier, so please comment on his nicely trimmed face. Even though it is No Shave November, he still decided to shave.
And the reason why I did it at one time, and it's so gray that I started looking at my actual age instead of my youthful.
Comment below what his age is, everybody.
Yes.
Closest wins.
And I have a birthday coming up in a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little December birthday.
Yeah.
All right, Dad. Good pick. Good pick with Hank. Power hitter, obviously. He'll be your left fielder, you said?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. All right.
And the great thing about being November, he's a veteran as well. So he fought.
Thank you for your service, Hank Greenberg.
He fought in World War II, and it interrupted his career by, I think, 3 years. So when he came back, that's when he made the transition to first base. But he started out as a left fielder and then made the transition.
Okay.
But one of the great Detroit Tigers of all time.
All right. Dad, if you obviously, if you've been watching at home, but obviously you've been here with me every single draft, I seem to always lean defense. So I'm going Frank White, the Gold Glover second baseman, for my first pick of the draft. And again, I don't think second base has that much depth to it. There is an option or two.
Great pick.
Thank you.
Great
Thank
pick.
you. But I'm going to go Frank White. Not a Hall of Famer, but very good when we get to the 80s maybe.
Very underrated player.
Very underrated player. Hint at a draft. Not really a draft, but it's the underrated thing.
Yeah.
Another podcast we're about to do talking about underrated players of 2021. Tune into that.
Yeah.
We're very loose right now, and I like it. This is a silly draft, so hopefully you're having a good time with us.
Yeah, I had fun doing this.
Me too. But yeah, it's colorful. Yeah.
I'm going for the all softball team.
Okay, so power hitter.
I'm going power hitter first baseman, Paul Goldschmidt.
All right, that was my pick for first. That was nice.
One of the, I think probably in the top 10 National League players, and consistent. And what a huge, great get for the Cardinals. I think Cardinals will again do really well next year, but what a consistent hitter for the last 8 years, both Arizona and St. Louis.
Yeah, now I really have to find my first pick was Paul Goldschmidt for first base, and then my backup was Hank Greenberg. So now I have to think about who can play first base on my list. I may have to move some people around. And I'll also we'll tell the lovely viewers, in addition to being a little loose with what colors are and all that stuff, we'll do the gentleman's agreement. We talked about this pre-podcast. Rose, as in Pete Rose, is not a color. But again, if you're going Blanco for like a Hispanic Spanish player, that would be fine because obviously that translates to white. And then also with the positions, Frank White could be a shortstop. He did play a little shortstop. He's more known for a second baseman, being a Gold Glover. But if he needed to move some people,
could you name the shortstop partner he had with the Royals?
Not in the 80s.
Can't you wait? Freddie Patek, 5'4".
So they usually you would flip those shorter second baseman.
But I think Patek had more range, believe it or not.
Good for Freddie. That's awesome.
At 5'4", great player. Can't see again, strung up the middle, and they won all those championships because defense again was a huge part of the Royals back then.
With Brett at third, probably on our all-time dream team. If we go back to the Royals, probably one of us chose Patek.
Right, and Amos Otis was the center fielder, and Darryl Porter was the catcher.
None of these people are the colors outside Green. Frank White. But I was already thinking Green. That's where my brain went. I am going to go up the middle, Dad. And I'm going to stay with Khalil Greene for the shortstop.
It was my choice.
No, it wasn't.
No? Okay.
You just went Paul Goldschmidt.
Okay, terrific. That's great. Very good for you.
So I got my up-the-middle combo, Frank White and Khalil Greene. Khalil didn't play as long as I think he could have. I think he had 6 or 7 seasons. But
Talented player.
Talented player.
Good for you. Very good pick for you.
Yeah. First base will be my dead last pick now because I have no idea what I'm doing at first base.
Okay.
Sound off on a color at first base.
Well, I got the softball team going, but I need a little pitching.
Okay, so we're going lefty.
I'm going lefty, one of the great left-handers of all time, number 16 for the New York Yankees, Whitey Ford.
Mm-hmm. Whitey was going to be my manager, but I guess he can't manage and pitch. That's totally great. Another Hall of Famer. Your team is lighting up with Hall of Famers.
The ace of diamonds.
He's a fun guy, isn't he, everybody? All right, let's look at where I could give you at least some sort of stop. No, I think I got a good player there. I kind of like staying with defense. It's worked out for me so far in this draft. I'm going another white, Devon White, center fielder. Few Gold Gloves. I think he's got 3 or 4 of those.
Great range. Good pick. But I need a leadoff hitter.
Okay.
And I need somebody who can spray the ball around. Again, a center fielder. Colorado Rockies. Charlie Blackmon.
That was my DH. Getting limited. Getting real limited. I got a backup DH. I don't have a backup
first
first
baseman. So right now,
baseman.
I'm pretty strong 1 through 3 in the lineup.
So Blackmon, Goldschmidt's, I guess, is
3.
your 3. Yeah. Okay.
Greenberg,
and then Greenberg is 4?
Well,
he's not 2.
It could probably be 3 or 4.
Yeah.
So I guess a number 2 hitter, but I got plenty of choices.
You do. A lot of pitchers. If you look into all the colorful names,
yeah,
just,
more
baseball,
pitchers than anything.
Baseball reference pitchers. So I'll go with them last. That's fine. I feel like my team is just white and green so far. Little. I need some red in there maybe. I am gonna go way back, Dad. I'm gonna go back to I think it's the 30s or 40s, maybe an early 50s here. For my third baseman, Mr. Pinky Higgins. I don't know if he was on your list.
Oh, love it.
I don't know if he was on your list.
That's fantastic.
But I have a few old school picks with colors because a lot of people went by colors as like a name. But if you baseball reference, that's his name is Pinky Higgins.
Yeah. What was his God-given name?
I don't know.
Okay. That's great, Patrick.
3-time All-Star. Had over 1,000 RBIs in his career. So, I mean, it's not like just, hey, this guy fits a hole. I mean, he's actually a good player. However, Pinky Higgins was a notorious drunk, and he is actually a murderer.
Oh,
he
my.
killed someone doing drunk driving. Murderer, killer, whatever. But, yeah, Pinky died of an early age as well due to, like, alcohol abuse.
Wow.
But sorry to bring down the fun spirit, but I think without drafting them, you draft the whole player. So after his career ended, he did kill somebody. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Getting back to it, I got second, short, and third locked up at this point, as well as center. I don't have a lot of power hitters, I will say that. Mm-hmm. So you got the bat so far. I need to find a bat soon.
Well, I'm going to take a bat away from you. I'm going for a very strong right fielder.
That's good.
Great career. Great career. Toronto Blue Jays was his main club.
Yep.
I'm going with Shawn Green. And now my outfield is Hank Greenberg, Charlie Blackmon, and Shawn Green. That is a great outfield of colors.
It's a great outfield of colors.
Follow me at home, folks, because right now I'm whipping them.
Fantastic, Dad. I will go.
And Whitey Ford's on the mound.
I know. I'll take my pitcher. If you go back to the 90s Hall of Very Good draft, I'm very fond of this guy. But Kevin Browne will be my starting pitcher.
Good.
So I got a guy on the mound now.
Solid pick.
Solid fifth or sixth
Not
pick.
a Hall of Famer, but a solid pick.
He's a Hall of... Listen, that first pick is a killer, I lost out on Whitey and I lost out on Greenberg. What can you do? And Goldschmidt is, in my opinion, a future Hall of Famer.
I think so. I really do.
Defensively and offensively.
Because I'm thinking he's 30-ish, something like that.
31.
Yeah,
Check it home, folks.
Okay. Well, you know what? We got to get into politics here. And so we got to go somewhere that gives us a little sense of a political force. My second baseman is the governor, Jerry Browne.
Jerry Browne is a governor. I didn't even have him on my list.
Strong second baseman.
Is that Brown with an E at the end?
Yes, it is.
Look at that. I just didn't guess that.
Yeah.
Okay. Not on my list.
Great second baseman. Very versatile. But Berman on ESPN gave him the nickname because the governor of California at one point was Jerry Browne. So he was Governor Jerry Browne during the highlights. So he's my second baseman.
Okay. Governor Jerry Browne, everybody. I think I will go with... God, I just feel like my team is all white and green at this point. But Mike Greenwell, my left fielder. I'm taking him there.
Good for you.
Yeah, there's going to be a few Sox on my team overall, but yeah.
Quick story. Bobby Mann's mother, that was her nickname for me, was Mike Greenwell because I looked like Mike Greenwell.
Sound up at home if he looks like Mike Greenwell, everybody. Bobby Mann, by the way, for making his first debut in the draft, is his best friend. And it's one name, by the way.
That's right. And when we go through Annapolis, it was not Bob, it was Bobby Mann.
Mike Greenwell.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
You know what? Right now, I'm just on top of the world right now.
Clearly.
But I'm going for a catcher because we haven't even delved into the catcher
I was
yet.
waiting for you to pick the catcher because I got two.
Okay. I'm going with somebody that had a solid career, Mike Redmond.
I figured you'd go with him.
So he is my catcher right now. And I like him as my backstop defensively. Hit a little bit, one of a couple teams. Miami was one of his teams, but I like him as my catcher.
I will also say in the red category, Dad, but I'm going to draft a right fielder, another former Sox, Josh Reddick.
He was on number 2.
Yes. He could have been my DH as well, but I like his glove a little bit more than his bat, and I have a couple options for where I want to go with my DH. But, again, I'm just doing first base straight up last at this point. Kevin Brown's on the mound. Frank White, Khalil Greene, Pinky Higgins, Mike Greenwell, Devon White, Josh Reddick. Now I need a DH, catcher, and a first baseman. We're flying through this draft.
Yes, we are.
Less rules, faster draft.
Something to keep in mind.
Something to keep in mind. Sounds off at home.
I'm going for a third baseman.
Okay.
I'm going to be very clever here. This was a very strong utility player.
Okay.
He played all over the infield, had a very solid career. Andres Blanco was my third baseman.
Yeah, nice utility guy. I will allow it. Dad, I said I was going to take a catcher that's going to surprise you. Another former Red Sox, Sammy White. Sammy White is from the 1950s. If you've ever seen Sammy play, again, please comment. We'd love to hear from you. But he had a pretty solid career. He can certainly catch Kevin Browne. But Sammy White is my catcher.
Alrighty. Now,
handsome man. I will say that. Go to Baseball Reference. He's a handsome man.
Huh.
Yeah.
Good you had that security to call somebody else handsome. That's very good.
This is a great podcast.
That's right.
We love all people here.
One handsome man calling another handsome man. There you go.
Pot calling kettle black in a positive way.
And a caller.
Hey!
Can we go DH now or wait till we're all done?
You can go DH. You could have gone DH first if you want to.
Oh, this is the greatest pick. I got so excited.
Okay.
DH. This is one of the great pinch hitters, DHs. He was a great pinch hitter before DHs came around, but is a legend in Detroit. Gates Browne is my DH, and he wore number 26 for the Tigers. He was the pinch hitter galore during the 60s and 70s. Great, probably 10, 15 career. And he played a little bit of left field, but when you needed a pinch hit, Gates was your man.
And I imagine his name is without the E. Is that right?
It is. It is straight up Browne.
All right, straight up Browne.
Yep.
That's how we call people these days. Straight up Browne. All right. You know what? It sounds weird, but I think I'm going to draft my only Hall of Famer as my manager, but Red Schoendienst.
Oh, that was my choice.
I thought about he was a nice option if no one was going to go up the middle with 2B, but I'm going him as my manager. You do have Whitey Herzog if you wanted a player manager.
Come on, right there.
That's what I'm saying, but you already have
I
him.
know.
You're going to, okay.
Yeah.
You have Whitey Ford. You got 2 Whiteys. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then I will go to my shortstop, who had a decent career, very good defensive. Nick Green is my shortstop. Nick
Green.
Yeah, Arizona.
Okay, Nick Green.
And that's with an E.
You got we really killed the whole shortstops and greens here, man.
Yeah.
I think we got them all. All right, so I did my manager. I need my DH. I was I don't know who to go here. I got 2 options for DH. I'm gonna go. I like this player more. His name is Dominic Brown. He had a bat for the Phillies.
Great player.
Right fielder.
Yeah.
I want to say he hit for the cycle in one game, but I don't recall. No, that was Miguel Franco, different Philly.
Yeah.
But Dominic Brown still had a lot of power, short-lived power.
Number 7 for the Phillies, by the way.
But he's going to be my DH.
Yeah.
Dom Brown, everybody.
Very good.
Pinky Higgins is still the best name of this draft.
Oh, it's by far.
It's
but I got one at the very end that was going to come, and you're just going to go, way to close it up, Dad.
Okay.
My manager would be Whitey Herzog.
I figured that.
And very strong manager, by the way. He took over for Red, by the way. So the transition from one color to the next was in St. Louis as managers.
Yeah.
He took over for Red.
So that's kind of funny.
Yeah.
So do you have your full draft at this point?
Oh, yeah. I'm done.
Yeah. So that was your last pick was Whitey, or?
I have one more surprise pick that's going to wrap it up.
But don't you have a full team, though?
I do.
Oh, okay.
Pitcher,
so
catcher, first base.
Your last person is just a silly name at this point.
It is.
Okay, but you don't have a gap to put him at. You're just like, here's a name.
No. I got something, and you're going to find it very fascinating.
All right, well, I need a first baseman.
And then you're done, right?
And then I'm done. So I'm going to probably draft another Pinky. And I'm double checking here, and I do want to do honesty here, because if not, I'll move Frank White, who I believe did play a little first base. I could be wrong.
I don't think he played first base.
Well, I
think he played a little shortstop, but I don't think he played first base.
Let's find out about Pinky. Pinky played enough games at first base for me to put him there.
Okay.
Pinky Whitney, more of a second baseman. A guy that also played for Boston.
Huh.
But this was the Boston Braves, I believe, at the time.
Okay.
One-time All-Star, but he had 4 seasons with 100 RBIs or more, and a .295 career average. So again, I'm putting him at first base. Does he know it that well? No. But again,
neither did
Schwarber, and that's a Red Sox thing.
Love it.
So I think I'll keep my good defensive second baseman Frank White at second. I just want to see if he ever did play first base. I don't think he did. So yeah, Dad, let's recap your team. You don't have to find if you have a batting order for him, go ahead.
But you know what? Can I go over a couple names that we would love to put in there? Just talking to the names we didn't talk about. As a pitcher, Vida Blue.
Yep.
That was
a big miss.
Correct. We only had 2 slots, but I think we chose the strongest pitchers. Vida with Oakland was the power pitchers of the 90s. And just was their ace and everything else. At first base, we missed Bill White. Strong first baseman for the Cardinals and Phillies.
Okay.
60s and 70s. Very good player. All-star many times and everything else. A nice little scrappy second baseman was Dick Green.
Okay.
And he was really good. And then we missed a couple excellent left fielders. Roy White of the Yankees.
Rondell is on here too.
Yes, Rondell played Expos and the Cubs and was a great, great player. Solid, always 20 home runs, 80, 90 RBIs. And a name that I really wanted to get in there, Tim Salmon.
Oh, that's kind of
And
funny.
it's a color.
I suppose.
It's a color. But anyway, those are the names that I had that I wanted to fit in. I was surprised I had extra names, but I thought of Tim later on. But I have one more addition after you get done with your little thing.
I'm done with my draft.
Okay.
I will say that I thought of a lot of fringe colors, if you will. So tan, I wish I could have worked in more. But Frank Tanana, right?
Oh, very good.
Tanner Rourke and Masahiro Tanaka all have tan in their name. Different. I mean,
Very
really
good.
different ethnicities there, too. Silver, there was Silver Flint, but he's 1800s.
And the Lone Ranger.
Yeah, you're funny. But Charlie Silvera was a catcher. So I had 3 options at catcher.
Very good.
See if I missed anybody else. And just some pitchers. Red Ruffin, Sonny Gray, John Gray, and New Nationals Josiah Gray. Mm-hmm. So just some potentials there with the grays and the tans and the silvers.
Yeah, very good.
But yeah.
Very, very
What was
good.
the name you wanted to say?
We have forgotten that during this game between all the names against each other, there's only one person to sing the national anthem, Al Green.
Just let him laugh.
President Obama is going to go gaga for that when he watches his podcast.
He definitely does watch it too, in all his free time.
He does an impression of Al Green.
All right.
You gotta love it.
I'll recap my lineup first, Dad.
Okay.
All right. I'm just going to work through defensively rather than putting him in a lineup.
Okay.
So pitching's Kevin Browne. Catching is Sammy White. I like my catcher more than yours, by the way. First baseman's Pinky Whitney. I know you got me there, but I had to put somebody. Frank White, second base. Khalil Greene, shortstop. Third base is Pinky Higgins. I got Pinky at the corners. I like that. Pinky's third base hot corner is just a little red. Get it? I told you we were having fun with this. Mike Greenwell's left field. Devon White's in center. Josh Reddick's in right. And Dominic Brown is my one real big bat, which I know is sad compared to your lineup. And then I have Schoendienst managing.
Yeah. You know what? Good.
It's a solid lineup.
Yeah.
It's not a Hall of Fame lineup. I know
Yeah.
that. But we got a Hall of Fame manager.
Yeah.
You never know.
Is Whitey a Hall of Fame manager?
I think so.
Yeah, I think
I'm going to say yes.
Yeah. He did. He was there for a long, long time. I got a leadoff hitter, Charlie Blackmon. Solid, really. I really like the way he plays baseball. And then I got, I think, the governor batting 2. Hank Greenberg 3.
And the governor is, again,
Jerry Brown.
Jerry Brown, sorry.
Right.
Jerry Brown.
Clean up is Goldschmidt. Mm-hmm. Solid Goldschmidt. And then I got Shawn Green. 1 through 5, I'm killing it. I'm killing it.
I do think the thing is you got the offense, I got the defense.
Yeah, but with Whitey pitching, come on.
Whitey can only go so long before you have to go get Sonny Gray or Josh Gray out of the bullpen. John Gray.
Is Whitey a Hall of Famer?
Yes, he is.
Is Kevin Browne a Hall of Famer?
He should be.
Is he?
You know what? Let's look up their WAR.
Let's look up their WAR because Whitey's got it.
Let's look it up.
Okay.
All right, you keep talking about your lineup, though.
Would you like to make a little wager?
No, I bet Whitey's better, but I bet it's close.
Okay. And then I think we're talking 6. 6, I got Gates Brown. Oh, great offensive player. And then I come down to Mike Redmond, Andres Blanco, and Nick Green.
So, all right.
Solid lineup.
So we can agree here that defensively I have a better team, and offensively you have a better team.
Yeah, much better, and I get better pitching.
All right, Whitey Ford's...
This will determine who wins the game.
Whitey Ford's career award's 57.
Ooh, impressive.
You know, there's people above him that aren't in the Hall of Fame. That's not that impressive. Sorry, Yankees fans. He's a great pitcher. But, Jim Edmonds is above him, and Carlos Beltran have 10 plus points on him.
Is it because he's a pitcher? He has a...
Kevin Browne has a higher WAR, everybody.
Wow!
67.8. If you're a big WAR guy,
wow,
and you boil it all down to one number... Kevin Browne's 10 points better than Whitey Ford.
I would have never guessed that.
Yeah.
Go good for them.
So I might be saying, Dad, I think Whitey's got the Yankee complex and Kevin doesn't. Whitey has 236 wins, 2.75 career ERA, but a 57 WAR. Thank you for your service, Whitey. I'm not trying to badmouth you by any means, just trying to win a draft. And then Kevin Brown might have more wins too.
I don't think so.
Kevin Brown had 211.
So he's not as much as
No, but
Whitey.
still more WAR. And I think maybe just because he played.
How about the ERA?
Kevin Brown was higher.
2 out of 3 Whitey has.
The conversation was WAR. The conversation was WAR.
It was WAR, but the little, further discussion, who had more wins and better ERA. And let's talk about how many championship teams Whitey was on compared to Kevin.
Kevin had 1.
And Whitey had
5?
I would think even more.
Let's find out. He has 6.
And was he ever Cy Young?
Yeah.
So right now, Whitey has the driver's seat.
But Kevin Brown has a better season than Whitey, believe it or not. Despite winning a Cy Young, Kevin Brown has a lower ERA one season than Whitey had in any of his career.
He was dominant. He had a great season that season.
Right.
I agree. But right now, viewers at home, who would you take? Would you take
And
Whitey?
I want to hear from non-Yankee fans.
Would you take Whitey over Kevin Brown? I would love to hear your comments.
I think also if Whitey did 2 years of service, he might have added to his career WAR. So I will even hurt my own argument there. It would be
During
close.
the prime of his life.
No. This was the beginning of the season. Beginning of his career, I mean. It was
Yeah.
like 22, 23.
Okay.
Yeah.
But anyway.
It was not in the prime of his career like Ted Williams.
I think my superstars outrank your superstars.
Your superstars would be Whitey, Goldschmidt, Hank Greenberg, Charlie Blackmon, Shawn Green.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. I would say Kevin Brown, superstar. He was many-time All-Star. Frank White has 9 Gold Gloves, I believe. Mm-hmm. So that's in there. And then from there, my manager is quite good. I mean, I don't know if it's a superstar manager. The other people are just okay. You're right. But I think a solid team, this is very like 2013 Red Sox to me. I have half my team former Red Sox, too, by the way.
I would love to hear from people at home whose lineup is better and who had the better draft. Because right now, we're close, but I think I got them.
Kevin Brown's got a higher WAR. It was.
Are you going back there like every time?
So, all right.
You're a one-trick pony.
How about this? Pitching being equal. Let's say both our pitchers go 7 innings, give up 3 runs. I think that's a valid argument. Then it becomes defense holding the stuff or offense trying to come back?
I think it's offense going to the bullpen. And right now, my top 6 is better than your top 6.
If you really want to go into the numbers, I bet your team strikes out more than my team.
That's not the question. The question is, offensively, you have some very big power hitters.
And I have high average. I have a lot of 300-plus hitters.
Who puts the ball out of the park?
For my team, it's Reddick or Browne. I don't have Mike Greenwell on a good day.
I got Goldie and I got Hank Greenberg. Ba-boom.
I got 2 pinkies.
And if they play in Fenway, they'll really be dominant.
Yeah, we'll do a home game.
Okay.
Anyway, we had a lot of fun with this. I hope you guys...
Is Pinky out of jail?
Pinky,
that's
Pinky probably... I don't know what happened to Pinky. If you've thought of any other colors, let us know. Again, we didn't think Rose was a color for Pete Rose, or that would have been a pretty easy choice at second or third. Or first.
You know what? I'd love to find out, is Rose a color? Because I looked up salmon. Salmon is a color.
I think there's too many roses. When I think rose, you think of the flower, and you probably think of a red rose.
Right, but I don't think you ever
put a color to define the rose.
Right, correct. I'm with you 100%. Yeah. So I don't think there is a color called rose, but there is a color called salmon.
Yes.
That's the irony of it.
Yes.
So
Tim Salmon would be quite good. I'm happy with my lineup. It sucked not getting that first pick. It really is a big factor, everybody.
That's what I said before we came downstairs. I said that's going to be huge.
So I think if we split Goldie and Greenberg, I think it's... That probably could be... It could go. If I had one of those guys, I think I'd win the draft.
Yeah, but you don't.
I don't. I passed on Whitey, I believe. I
don't wonder why. I wonder why you waited so long.
I thought Kevin Brown's a better pitcher. Even on my list, this is my ideal lineup, and Whitey was my backup.
Interesting. I just remember Whitey being dominant. When it came to playoffs, he just didn't lose.
It truly was the experience of watching someone on TV. I thought Kevin Brown was just as good as Tom Glavine, and... if not better,
very
personally.
Big man, too.
Yeah.
6'4", something like that, maybe more.
And then I never saw Whitey play, so to me, he's just a Hall of Fame pitcher.
And Whitey had the great team behind him.
Yeah. Vita Blue really would have been like... Vita Blue. I'll draft him coming out of the pen. I got brown and blue as my...
Pretty cute.
Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. We're quite silly with this.
This was a lot of fun. And then
it was a lot of fun researching.
If we forgot anybody, let us know. Let us know who we forgot, because we'd be interested in finding what your research is.
Please. Dad, what other drafts do we have coming up? We might do another Hall of Very Good 80s edition.
Sure.
We talked about Frank White.
Yeah.
But from there, then it gets to less teams when you go in the 70s or 60s, so who knows if we'll stop at the 80s. We'll kind of talk about that. But really, our next couple big podcasts coming up will be about free agency this winter of 2021. We'll do predictions. We'll do sort of an offseason outlook on a lot of these teams. We'll recap 2021 as a season as a whole, winners and losers as well. That's our focus in November. We love this kind of month. We enjoy the offseason because we can predict and talk about the next season. So hopefully there's no lockout. Hopefully the CBA can get signed.
We'll find out in
a couple weeks.
Yeah, less than 10 days.
Yeah. But thanks for watching. You'll see this hopefully before Thanksgiving, so enjoy your Thanksgiving with your family.
Thank you for watching.